Good day, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. So, we are receiving more information about the situation on the Horn of Africa, specifically regarding the Eritrean invasion of Tigray with the help of Ethiopia. The reason why I am now calling it the Eritrean invasion of Tigray is because there is a good deal of intelligence coming in that would indicate that in fact Eritrea has more forces inside of Tigray than in fact the Ethiopian National Defense Forces actually do. So we believe there are more combat maneuver elements in terms of brigades, divisions. Eritrea calls them divisions, and they were actually probably more like overstrength brigades. There may be somewhere between 8 and 10 combat divisions, and again, these are more like maneuver brigades of about 6,000 men each. So we could see, in fact, that there are probably in excess of 60,000 Eritrean troops inside of Tigray, which may actually, again, as I just said, be more than what Ethiopia actually has inside of Tigray. Another major issue at hand is Ethiopia may be needing to reposition troops from Tigray to its border near Sudan. The Sudan border conflict is in jeopardy of becoming a very hot conflict in which we could see the forces of Ethiopia directly engaged in what could be best called almost an all-out war with Sudan, especially if Egyptian forces, when I mean Egyptian forces, Egyptian air power, Egyptian advisors, possibly Egyptian special forces, come to the aid of Sudan, given the recent military, for all intents and purposes, an alliance that has been formed. But again, back to Tigray specifically, there are a great deal of Eritrean troops, and we knew that, but we are now hearing reports of Eritrean troops south of Mekelle. Again, Eritrean troops moving south of Mekelle towards southern Tigray and even central Tigray. At the same time, we are hearing that the Eritrean combatant commanders, the Eritrean general staff, is in total control of the operation that is taking place inside of Tigray. If a operation were to be approved, this operation is not coming from Abiy Ahmed in Addis Ababa. For all intents and purposes, Abiy Ahmed is no longer calling the shots inside of Tigray, but he is reporting directly to President Afwerki of Eritrea. So that should be very concerning. As we know, the United States issued a demand, and the United States Secretary of State spoke directly with Abiy Ahmed and instructed Ethiopia that it must see Eritrean forces out of Tigray. Now, the challenge with that is Abiy Ahmed may be no longer calling the shots in terms of what is happening inside of Tigray. It's very possible that Eritrean generals are in fact have taken over the situation and are in fact commanding Ethiopian forces. And there has been some disturbing reports of Ethiopian forces being disgruntled. The generals in command, the colonels in command of Ethiopian forces feel that they are being used as cannon fodder in some instances. They are used directly on the front lines as screening forces for Eritrean troops. So they would receive casualties before actual Eritrean troops would become fatalities in combat. So that has to be of concern if you are if you have loved ones in the Ethiopian Defense Forces, you are a parent, a grandparent of an Ethiopian soldier, and your son is now under the command of an external despotic regime located in Eritrea. That would obviously concern me, as would it concern, I think, anyone, any rational, reasonable person would be concerned if these reports are in fact true. But again, Eritrea looks like it's running the operation in Tigray, with Ethiopia sort of taking second fiddle and having to reposition forces along the border of the Sudan.